Hi guys, this is our first show. It took us a while, but we got it done.
We made it.
Yes,
we
did.
That's what matters ultimately.
Yes. So if you guys don't know, I'm Tasha.
And I'm Brittany.
So this is a show, and we are calling it MajahPoint. Okay, it's a play on Major Point and Major Points, because that's what we're going to talk about, major points. Whether it's about relationships, social issues, politics, food, culture, travel, whatever.
So
we talk about it.
Anything and everything,
Yeah,
in its actuality.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to talk about. So today we're going to talk about something truly important. I saw this on Instagram and on Facebook. Just a topic that people were talking about. And I was just like, we have to talk about it. And it's basically, would you stay with somebody after they've cheated? And why are the reasons why you would stay? What are the reasons why you would stay? And also, if you do stay, well, the reasons why you stay, but the other question, well, that's something we'll ask later.
The reasons of why you will and won't stay?
Why you would stay.
And why you won't.
Okay. And why you won't.
Do you want to go first?
I would. Naturally, I would. I see cheating as horrible. Okay? Like, I see it as the reason to leave a relationship. There's many reasons why you could leave a relationship, but I would literally leave if my man, God forbid, if my man comes to me, right, knock on all types of wood, God forbid, right, my dude comes to me and he's just like, I slept with another woman.
Or you just find out.
Or I find out.
Because I doubt that he'll.
Yeah. But, some man, actually, I would love to be with a man who would literally, you know what type of man I would want to be with? A type of guy that's literally in the car and he's calling me because he's like, Tasha, I saw this woman and I'm into her. And I was like he's about to cheat, but he calls me before he actually cheats. And I know that may sound crazy, but it does sound crazy, but it's like he knew to call me so that we wouldn't be able to, so he won't actually do the actual act.
But wouldn't you find that extremely disrespectful?
It would be disrespectful, but he's calling me to tell me, Tasha, I'm going to do this.
Okay, Tasha.
Well, I'm going to do this, but like, I'm thinking of doing it. So
okay,
I want to.
But we're not talking about your dream man. We're talking about him cheating on you.
Okay, right. So if he cheats on me, I'm going to leave. Okay. And the reason why I would really mainly leave is, look, a lot of people when they cheat and they have sex with other people like to assume that they probably did use a condom. But what if you didn't? Mm-hmm. And what if something happened to the condom? Mm-hmm. And what if she had something? Mm-hmm. What if she had an STD? What if she had AIDS? Mm-hmm. What if she had HIV and you didn't know? So you had sex with this person, right? And now you're not going to tell me. So you have sex with me. Mm-hmm. And then I have HIV and I have AIDS.
So basically you're saying you would leave because the lack of trust is broken. That trust
is broken. And AIDS, HIV, now I have it. Yeah. Like, I've read a lot of stories of women who actually got AIDS and or HIV from their husbands. Mm-hmm. And it's like, yo, if we have kids, like, you're going to, like, slow down my lifespan because you cheated. That's so selfish. And that shows me that you really don't care about me.
Yeah.
So I will be gone.
This is it's a topic that has many layers, and it's not as easy. And I'm not saying that what you're saying it's invalid, right. But I do believe that it's not as easy as saying, you know what, he cheated on me.
True.
I'm out of here.
It's probably not,
because there's variables like children, family dynamics, money. You know how much people stay together because they honestly cannot afford to live apart. Or if you can't afford to live apart, thinking about all the trials and tribulations that you will have to go through in order to divorce. How many marriages don't span for years because she's being selfish or he's being selfish and they don't want to give up the house in Malibu for whatever reason. So there's many variables. Now, if we're in a situation where we're married, I'm a good mother to your children. I'm a good wife to you. I'm a wife that wants to spend time with you. I'm a wife that takes care of you, not only physically, but emotionally, financially. I'm not someone that's digging into your pockets every other day. I help you grow. And I'm not saying that I'm trying to build my man, but in a sense, you're supposed to help your man grow into something better. And for some reason, you still find it in you to step out and cheat, then I think that it makes sense that I would leave.
Yeah.
Because you found nothing wrong in the situation. Like, you were happy. You had no complaints, you know, and you still found it to cheat, maybe because you were bored or for whatever reason. But to me, boredom is not a good enough reason to cheat on absolutely anyone, because it's fixable.
Or if the guy feels like, oh, you know, I felt like you wasn't loving me enough.
Right.
And then he didn't communicate that.
Right.
You didn't communicate that, so how am I supposed to know?
But now, if I flip it into a situation where, let's say, hopefully in the years that I am to be married, hopefully after, like, look, by the time I'm 30, I need to be married and at least have one baby. So by that time, let's say I'm starting to work on my PhD.
Yeah.
And I go to, you know, PhD, they're really hard and it's intensive and you have to do a lot. And I fall off in a sense that it's like I got to make sure the baby's good because that's the baby.
Right.
And then all my work is either I'm at work or I'm studying. And you get neglected for a certain amount of time. And you have been telling me, Britt, yo, take a minute, da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, yeah. But I am putting you to the back burner. And you happen to step out and you come to me and you say, Brittany, I did X, Y, and Z. I am sorry. It got to a point where I felt like I didn't have a place in my own home because your attention was either to the baby or to work on your books. And I felt like I did not have a place. And I'm sorry. I love you. Tasha, believe it or not, as much as I'm against cheating because of my history and my past, not me, thank God. And if the man did cheat on me, who knows? But based on my family history, I honestly would stay because half of that blame is on me because I did neglect my husband to a certain extent. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I don't want to, look, for lack of better words, I will kind of have to take that L. And not to say that he doesn't have work to do to prove to me that this won't happen again. We would have to go through the test, all the testing again, because I don't know who you slept with. And if we have to go through therapy, then we go through therapy. But then we will have to rebuild everything. My trust, his trust. So I feel like it's variables. And then we do have kids.
I guess from what I experienced in my life and sort of seeing like my parents and stuff like that, I'm very like, you gotta be what you gotta be for me. Like you gotta be that person. And if it's very hard for me to trust people.
Yeah.
I build walls, like walls, mad walls. Okay, the Great Wall of China, that's moi. And I'm just like, if you just disrespect that, I could never see you the same again.
Yeah.
I could never. And I feel like the relationship would never be the same again because of that. Because at the end of the day.
Well, regardless if you forgive or not, the relationship will never be the same.
Exactly.
You can't like, it's impossible to think that we're going to be as we were, but you can grow from what you were.
I know, but I'm like, I just don't have the patience, the heart, the mind to just stay there. Even if I knew, like, what your scenario was really good because it's very human.
Yeah.
But maybe that's the selfish part of me. Maybe I'm just a bitch. Yeah. But even if I didn't pay attention to you and you cheated on me, I'm still going to be like, bye.
Yeah.
I'm still going to be that type of person.
Some people don't feel the need
it's just, I'm sorry. Like,
some people don't feel the need.
Because my thing is like, if I didn't go and do that, and if I wouldn't go and do that, I don't know why you did that. Yeah. And I know a lot of people are different, but it's just like, I'm just that very.
Honestly, Tasha, like, it's not easy.
Maybe because I've never really been in a relationship before, so maybe I'm just so but at the same time.
I've been in relationships where, like, sometimes they're not paying attention to you, and you start wandering. Your mind starts wandering. You go looking through your phone like, who's available to text? He ain't trying to take me out. I wonder who can. Like, you know, and those are things that go through your head.
Yeah.
And it's, of course, I don't act on those things because I'm bigger than the craving at that moment. But like I said, cheating and relationships, there's so many variables. Yeah. And you can't look at it as just black and white because no relationship is just black and white.
Yeah. Well, speaking of relationships being black and white, There's another topic that people have been talking about after seeing, Childish Gambino came out with his This Is America music video. And it was a great video. And we all know the new season of Atlanta. Actually, he's really smart for putting his music video out. And then the season, that's smart, Childish, right?
It's called promotion.
Right? But a lot of people are giving him a little flack because he is with he's with a white woman. And he has two kids with the white woman. And I said the white woman, like, I don't know her name, so the white woman. And
you could just call him
so everybody's talking, shit about it on the Shade Room and everywhere. But the main question is, can you be pro-black in an interracial relationship?
I think so. But
first, let's specify for people, like, what does being pro-black mean? Like, for me, pro-black means, first of all, it means you are pro-black everybody, okay? Because we do have some pro-black people who are but, they out here, talking about, I only like light-skinned girls.
Yeah.
How are you pro-black then?
Yeah.
Or you have pro-black people who are like, I like the Obamas and the Martin Luther King Jr.'s and the Huxtables, but I don't like, the black people from the hood who talk like this, like the Cardi B's.
Yeah.
And, they trash them.
Yeah.
Those are people I don't consider pro-black.
Right.
Pro-black is pro-everybody, and what pro-black means is you are for the culture, the history, and the well-being of black people, socially, economically is not a word, but I'm going to use economically because I like that word. Economically. It's not. I looked it up. It ain't really a word. No, I was like, wait. Economically is not a word, but I like using it. I'm like, economically sounds good to me.
Are you sure economically is not a word, Tasha?
I don't think so. Cause
it is a word.
It is? Because every time I put it on Facebook,
are you sure you're spelling it
that
wrong?
red underline is
You're
like,
probably just spelling it wrong.
Oh.
That's what the line means, that you're spelling it wrong.
Oh. But economically and politically, and also I feel like you're also pro-black if you're totally 100% against systematic racism and oppression.
I have nothing to add to that because I agree with you. But I think it's a big yes and it's a big no.
Yeah.
Yes, simply because whoever you get in a relationship technically doesn't have to define who you are. You can still be who you are with whoever it is you want to be with.
Right.
Like, that's if you have that strong mindset, if you're that strong of a person, because I'm going to be Brittany if I'm either with my boyfriend now, if whoever later, or like, I'm still going to be me. You may tweak a little bit, but you don't change. No, because it depends who you're with. Now, if you're with a white woman or a white man and they're completely like the Donald Trump, like they kind of like
no shade,
or they belittle blackness, or they mimic it.
Yeah.
Not like appreciate it, but they mimic it, like, or you're like a family, or you're like with his friends and he's like, oh babe, at ghetto, like those type of white.
Yeah.
Look, no offense.
No offense.
And then no, because they're so on the opposite side of the spectrum that you can't, like, you. First of all, I don't even know how you attracted to something like that if you're anywhere pro-black.
That's
but whatever. They're on the opposite side of the spectrum, so I find it very hard. But if you get like a white girl or a white girl or a white man that went to like Howard and they're like into Africana studies and they really understand the struggle, they might not be able to relate, but they understand it and they study it and they're academia and they're smart and they're knowledgeable. And they will stand with you thick and thin and be at the front lines of this with you, then of course, because you're on the same page. And at the end of the day, color is only skin deep. Just because you're white don't mean you have to act white, or just because you're black, you have to act a certain type of way. Do you understand? So I believe that you can be in certain essence. If they're not going against what you believe in and they support it, then why not? Why can't they add to the idea that you can be of another race and still be pro-black? Like, you don't have to only be black to be pro-black.
That's, this is
bugging.
No, you're not bugging. I feel like it is a yes or no.
Like, you don't have to be black to be pro-black. Like, that's not in the criteria to be pro-black, right?
Is
it?
To be pro-black, I mean, No, you don't have to be.
Okay, so
you don't have to be. But here's why this is so difficult. Because I like to believe that there is nothing wrong with with interracial relationships. There's nothing wrong with that, and also like being pro-black in it. But it's not.
It's far from easy.
It's not even far from easy. We just can't really do that right now. Okay.
Oh, not in this.
Not in this day and age.
Nah,
I feel like that's something that's like.
Nah.
Let me tell you something. If there was no systematic racism, no systematic oppression, we were all equal economically, politically, socially, culturally, whatever, there will be no issue.
Right.
But the fact that this system is creating like this barrier between the two races, between all races and white people.
Yeah.
Because white people are here and everybody else is here.
Yeah.
So here's how I see it with interracial. Here's people are gonna do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
People always I can't sit there and tell this is why when I see black dudes with a white girl, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh my God, why you doing that? I'm not gonna tell you nothing. You know why? Because at the end of the day, he's still gonna do what he wanna do.
I mean, but don't you stare a little bit? Like, I mean, like,
I give them that.
I just like stare like that. Like, I don't.
Here's the thing. Here's a statistic. Here's a real truth, and here's a real statistic. Most black women want to date and or marry a black man. Mm-hmm. If when it comes to black men, though, black men are more willing to date outside their race. They will date. There are black men who will date and marry a black woman. Don't get it twisted. There's a myth out there that black men are just marrying outside their race and stuff like that. No, statistically, black people stay within black people just like everybody else. Mm-hmm. But there is a statistic out there that black men are more willing to go outside their race and things like that. Now, because we have this oppression. And we have such a history of it, you do have to question, well, why do y'all want to go outside your race, okay?
Mm-hmm. The people that were your oppressors.
Right.
Exactly.
Why? And there's a lot of things that go into it. Maybe it's that fetish idea, Master said you couldn't even look at his daughter. Mm-hmm. Now you're not a slave anymore. You're not on that plantation anymore.
Or it could be the whole mejorando la raza thing, basically bettering your race too.
It could be that. With certain cultures, but it could be that whole, when that black guy sleeping with a white woman, it's that feeling of like, your ancestors would surely be mad.
They're returning and they're rolling in them
So graves. It's like, so you sitting there like inside like,
yeah, but enough to
but
marry.
It's like,
it's not that deep.
But it's like, well, how come black women we don't have that same attitude?
Yeah.
But here's the reason though. Our relationship with white men is completely different and it's horrible.
Yeah.
We don't have a good relationship with white men.
Yeah.
We do not.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's because of rape. Mm-hmm.
More rape. And
it's not even that. Like, white men used to cut open black women's vagina and put it in museums so that people can look at and observe and like inspect and things like that. A black woman's vagina, to try to make it like a comparison that, a black woman's vagina is different from a white woman's vagina. Like we were animals, and we didn't like worse than animals. So this is the history that we have between the two.
Yeah.
So this is why, statistically speaking, we ain't going for white men.
Yeah.
Right? We're going for black men.
Yeah.
But here's the bottom line, I feel. People are gonna do what they want to. I feel like I'm gonna be wasting my time talking or whatever. But all I have to say is this. When it comes down, I feel like there will be a race war one day because the way our society is going. Yeah, we're gonna have to fight. We're gonna have to fight.
It's tense enough for that.
But here's what I feel. Here's the bottom line with everything. When we're at war, and let's say there's a race war, I don't want it to be because that's a lot of work, and I
just don't want to live through that personally.
I don't want to live through that either.
Personally, I just don't want to.
But if there is. I wouldn't be surprised if there is.
Yeah.
But here's the bottom line. When there's a race war, and let's say you're with a white man, and I'm a soldier. Mm-hmm. I'm a soldier, a warrior, whatever you call me. And he's on our territory because, that's your husband. And I'm knocking on your door, and I'm like, Brittany, he got to go. because we're going to kill him because he's on our territory, so we got to kill him. And you're like, Tasha, no, we've been friends for years. This is my husband. No.
I don't think
I'm going to be like, girl, you know you got to choose, right? Because this is war. I know we laughing and stuff, but war, there's no gray area. It's either black or white. You got to choose.
You're either in or out.
So if you say, my husband, I'm going to be like, girl, you know you dying with him, right? Because we ain't got time for people who, you know what I'm saying? That's how it is. I'm not saying like I believe in that, but I'm just saying like, that is what will happen. Right. So in an interracial relationship, you have to think about those things. It's crazy we have to think about those things, but that's how it is. Yeah. Now, if I know there's white people who are probably going to be watching this and are thinking are like, oh my God, like this is not fair. If you think it's not fair, end systematic racism today. Yeah. And I don't mean like, you know, going around calling black people and being like, I'm so sorry for slavery. Yeah. No, I don't care about your apology.
Technically, y'all the only people that can end it.
Thank you.
I mean, no.
White people, say it loud. Say it loudly. Say it.
Y'all the only people that technically can end it because you guys are the ones that sustain it. We can't end something that we don't. Oh, we don't.
Billy rock to that. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you. The system was created for you, by you. So only you can destroy it.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Right. Because think about it. We spent an entire centuries after centuries, boycotts, protests. Yeah. Okay, we went the violent approach. We went the non-violent approach. We did everything, and still systematic racism hasn't ended. It's up to y'all. Yeah. So, if as a white person, you know, you can't just sit there and be like, oh my God, like, oh, I can't believe she said that. Like, I can be with a black person if I want to. Oh, you want to be with a black person and systematic racism? I mean, you can happily be with a black person. That's how I see it.
In conclusion, it's the sense that it's possible, but not in this time frame. Maybe not in this lifetime, because, like Tasha said, systematic racism is very real. And as much as you may love your white husband or your white wife, your black whatever,
it ain't real love though.
They will always, in the eye of society, they will always be beneath you. And you can't really be in a relationship when one person is beneath the other.
Exactly.
When you go out to the public, because you're not going to live your whole life inside of your house.
And then
if you take into consideration the family, and then if they're racist, it's a lot.
And please don't talk about, also, don't include the whole, you know, love can conquer all.
No, because love can't conquer all, and it can't pay the bills either.
In a relationship, it's a lot more than love. Yeah. There's a lot more to the relationship than love.
Eventually, love fades, believe it or not. It's not for everybody, but for some people it do.
I just feel like a lot more goes into a relationship than just love. Yeah. You know, you have to think of people's cultures and everything, and it's just, look.
So you sent in the idea that it's possible, but not right now, not anytime soon, until systematic oppression is done and over with.
I agree.
And I agree. I think it's also possible, but like Tasha said, with systematic oppression, it will make it almost impossible to be an equal. And also, the person that you marry to be your equal and your partner.
And I don't even want to hear from these black boys who are like, yeah, but you know, like, my queen is white and there's nothing I could do about it.
Well, no, you can't control who you love.
Yeah, I'm like, go do you. Do you. I'm just saying that when the war starts, honey, okay, you better choose a side, okay? And if that side ain't on side, you might just have to die with your Kim Kardashian.
I mean, but if you love her, it shouldn't be a problem to die with her.
Yeah, you're going to be like, I'm going to die together. And I'm going to be like, well,
see you on the other side.
It is what it is. I know, that's we're laughing at that, and that's so dark.
It's not funny.
It's so dark.
It's not funny.
I really don't want a race war.
No, I don't want
my edges.
I don't want to live through that. It's a lot.
So, all right. That's it for our show. I know that was so quick, but, you know, it's our first show, and we just want to sort of fill everything out. And, you know, let us know how you feel. Comment below. You know, comment, period. Send us DMs. Send us messages. Let us know how we're doing and what you guys want to really talk about and other stuff.
And we do know that this topic is way bigger than what this time frame allows us to in discuss. And, we will get deeper into this because, trust, we understand and believe that there's so many layers to it, and you just can't, you know, say yes or no. Things are never black and white. But thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And it's our first show, so don't be going in because it's not even called for.
It's not even called
Relax.
for.
You could do that at like show 5.
It don't matter because nobody's going to go in because you know I'm going to pop off. You know I'm going to pop on you.
She
right?
She is.
I'm just kidding.
But
I would,
she's
though.
not.
Because I'm crazy.
A little bit.
Guys.
Well, bye. Thank you.